Can you say and spell your first and last name?
Sure, Lea Marquez Peterson. So it's Leamarquez Peterson.
And tell me what you're running for.
Yeah, so I'm a Republican candidate for Congress in Arizona District 2.
Tell me a little bit about yourself. Are you an Arizona native? Where did you grow up and that sort of thing?
Yeah, I'm from here. This is my home. I've lived in this district more than 40 years. So I've gone to public schools here, the University of Arizona, where I graduated from, and then I've raised a family and built businesses in this region, and now have been running the largest chamber of commerce in southern Arizona, the Tucson Hispanic Chamber, for about the last 9 years.
Wow, so very Tucson. That's in your blood, it sounds like.
Yeah, so I am definitely the hometown candidate in this race. I mean, my opponent, Ann Kirkpatrick, has moved from Flagstaff down to Tucson to run in our community, where I've been here more than 40 years, so I'm ready and prepared to represent our community and talk about issues that are important to southern Arizona, and I think I'm the best candidate for the job.
Speaking of southern Arizona, what are some things, if elected, you will do for the voters here? Sometimes it seems like people think we get caught up with Phoenix, and we're very different. So what would you do for all of us here?
Having been from the district for so long, I fully understand that Pima County and Cochise County are different from Maricopa County, where Phoenix is. Our economy is different, our job creation is different. Running one of the larger Hispanic chambers in our state, I have represented thousands of small businesses. So as the economy has improved and kind of rebound from the recent recession, it's done so a little more slowly in Pima County and Cochise County. So I think what I'm particularly focused on is how to create better wealth and arrangements for our families, growing our business community, border security certainly, and immigration reform, and also support for our military. We have in this district, both Fort Huachuca and Davis-Monthan Air Force Base have more than a $5 billion economic impact on our region. So it's vitally important that they stay strong and that we provide great services for our veterans. That's important to this district.
So you mentioned a little bit of what I want to touch on as well. So obviously immigration and the border, that's a huge topic. I don't think that's going away anytime soon. What are some of your particular stances on that, and what would you do if elected? Right,
so I think this district is particularly important. It's considered one of the top 5 races in the country. And one of the perspectives that's very important is living along the border like I have for more than 40 years here in this region, talking about strengthening our border security. Those of us that have lived in this area for quite a long time have heard sad stories of folks in the desert getting hurt, or drug smuggling and human trafficking and things like that have occurred along the border. We need to strengthen physical barriers to stop folks from coming across that are bad people and doing bad things. That's not something we want to support. We also want to increase surveillance technology, increase border patrol. There's a lot of work I think that can be done related to border security. But that conversation is very complex. And we also need to be discussing immigration reform and the importance of trade with Mexico. I've been an advocate for trade for many years, many decades here in the community, as I've talked about the importance of our relationship with Mexico.
Are you for building the wall? Do you think that's the solution, or are you kind of thinking something else similar?
Yes, I think building a wall makes sense in many cases along the border. We need physical barriers as well as surveillance technology and night vision and increased border patrol. It's one of the tools we need to stop drug smugglers and human trafficking from crossing the border.
Gotcha. All right, so healthcare, another big issue. I know it's a problem in Arizona with older folks and they're paying more, that sort of thing. What would you do if elected in the healthcare region?
I would focus on revamping and improving the Affordable Care Act. I was surprised to see my opponent come out so strongly in support of Obamacare, when I know running a chamber here and focused on so many of our small businesses in the region just has not been affordable. We're down to one insurance company in the state of Arizona supporting our individual marketplace. We need to have a healthcare system that is improved from where we are now, that provides access and options for patients, that's affordable for everybody, and that also serves those with pre-existing conditions. So I think we need to improve and revamp what we have.
Okay, so we got that. Let me think. Jobs and the economy, Tucson's booming. There's so many new businesses coming up and new developments. What do you see Tucson doing? What would you be involved in for just an increase in growth as more people move here and want to live and work here?
I think one is an understanding of southern Arizona. Again, growing up here and living here for more than 40 years, I know that 94% of our economy in southern Arizona are small businesses, and I've represented them at the Tucson Hispanic Chamber. So in that regard, we need to retain and grow the businesses that are here and attract new business to our market. We've been very blessed to have Caterpillar grow into this community, the Amazon, and some of the logistics centers that are coming into the community, and that's been very positive. As someone serving in Congress in the future, as I hope to do, I would certainly be at the table encouraging businesses and trying to attract them to not just Pima County, but Cochise County also. The economy would be a key point of where I would focus. And we need to do all we can, certainly, to raise the wages for our teachers in the state. I applaud the work that Governor Ducey and the legislature have done by increasing by 20% by 2020, and that was a great initiative. And of course, we can always do more. As a congresswoman, what I could impact is certainly career and technical education resources. I've been a big advocate for JTED, as it's called here in the community, that provides technical and trade courses for K through 12. I've also served on the Pima Community College Advisory Council with Chancellor Lambert, which is a key driving force in our community in relation to connecting trade to our business community. And then certainly been very involved in the University of Arizona. So as a congresswoman, I would lean on the connections I have, the network I have, to ensure that we're bringing our fair share of resources to Southern Arizona.